We're actually going to do a little bit of a scientific experiment on Julie down here. Julie, we're going to have a look and see how Julie's hip extension looks in prone. Now, Julie's had a few hip problems over the year, a few lower back problems. What we're going to do is get our video to focus in around about Julie's hips here. What I want to have a look at, Julie, head down there. I want you to bend your right knee, and I want you to lift that thigh up off the ground and down. Let's do a couple of repetitions there. Good. What I'm looking at here is very much how the lumbar spine's working for Julie here. Good. And now we'll switch over to the left side. Good. So really working on having a look at Julie's control of her pelvis. How does that feel in the lower back there, Julie?
A little bit painful.
A little bit painful. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get you to grab the dumbbells there, Julie. I'm going to get you to do some Renegade rows. So we're going to have a look at Julie's Renegade row. Now we're going to do about 5 repetitions on each side, 2 sets. This is an exercise that's really, really working the core very hard through the lumbar spine control. Is exceptional here. It's also working some ab control. It's mostly about the multifidus muscle working here. And I'll do about 3 more on each side, huh? 1, working hard. 2, 3, and switch over again. 1, 2, and 3. Good. Now you can roll those out the way again. And let's have a look at that hip extension again. So lying back down here again, Julie. What I want you to do is bend that right knee again. Let's have a look at the hip extension there. Good. See the pelvis is a lot more nice and flat now. Good. Nowhere near as hard of working. And the range off the hip is a little bit better. So we can see that the range is actually improved slightly off the hip. And the pelvis position here, nowhere near what we saw happening before. It's actually really, really nice and stable. So we can see that the Renegade row, which is essentially a core exercise, has actually improved Julie's hip movement. How did that feel on the back then? Much better. So Dr. Danny and myself have been observing a few interesting things here. This is one of the things we do with our work here at Pro Raw, is we work on a lot of core work, a lot of glute work for solving a lot of ongoing chronic back problems. And we can see here something quite strange, but quite quite explainable from an anatomy point of view, is how the Renegade row can improve hip range. So, just a nice observation on a Sunday at lunchtime with a bit of a break. And I look forward to adding more into our observations as we go along. Enjoy that, Dr. Danny.
Beautiful. Well done, Joey.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.